Drop something
All
off.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
you dropped off this gift basket with ice creams, homemade strawberry sauce
Mhm.
to put on top of the ice cream just to see if that helps lighten my load. It was like,
So Meghan Markle has been caught using her HRH title, and this is in personal correspondence to Jamie Kern-Lima on a podcast. How is this a problem? Well, the Queen told them 5 years ago, both Harry and Meghan, not to use the title. She is a stickler for the rules. She said, once you left the royal family, you cannot use your HRH titles for your own commercial gain in your new projects in the United States. The late Queen, she did remove the HRH from both Princess Diana and Sarah Ferguson, but she allowed Harry and Meghan to keep their titles because, well, to be honest, because they're still together. They haven't divorced, such as Princess Diana and Sarah Ferguson had. But the Sandringham Agreement still stands. It says that Harry and Meghan, while they're carrying out commercial endeavours in the United States as non-working royals, cannot use their HRH titles. So the issue here is why Meghan's using it. It appears to me that this is private correspondence, so she has used this in a gift card letter that she has sent to her friend Jamie Kern-Lima around a year ago. This was some jam and some details that she'd sent in a little gift box as a little thank you present to her friend, and on it said, with compliments, HRH Duchess of Sussex. It is possible, therefore, that Meghan did not know that this was going to be used in the edit. She did not know that the picture would be revealed. It is also possible that while she isn't using her HRH title to earn money publicly, to actually, when she appears on her TV show, she isn't calling herself HRH Duchess of Sussex. She may be using it in her private life. So for all we know, she could be contacting people at Netflix. Could be contacting companies that she's working with using her HRH title. This is the first time we've actually seen her using it while in correspondence, which is rather troubling for everyone. It brings up the idea that maybe she is trying to cling on to the title. We've seen this recently when she appeared on her cookery program, and she rather passive-aggressively hit back at Mindy Kaling and said, "It's so funny that you call me Markle. Don't you know I'm Sussex now?" She didn't have much time being a royal. She didn't really care for it. She was only working royal for a handful of engagements and several months before she disappeared with her family. Yet we know that she was insistent that Archie and Lilibet be called Prince and Princess. We know this because she said this in Oprah, and it then happened. They're now Prince and Princess. And we know that when she was on a cookery show, she's insisted she's called Sussex and not Markle. Ultimately, if she doesn't have her title, if she isn't the Duchess of Sussex and isn't able to sneak in HRH in private correspondence, she is just another Californian entrepreneur on the circuit. So she has far more weight if she is Duchess of Sussex and HRH. It also could be that, heaven forbid, the idea that she could just be after a little bit more of attention. Look, this is a podcast. It was an hour-and-a-half podcast of her talking about her life, talking about her projects, talking about her children, talking about her love for Harry, who she calls a fox, and gushes about their wonderful marriage. So this could just be another way for her to get the headlines, even though she says that she doesn't actually read the newspapers or read online articles. Interestingly, Team Sussex have been approached, and they say that she does not use HRH. They say that this was over a year ago, and this is a private letter to her friend, and they're insistent that the Sandringham Agreement that was signed 5 years ago still stands. I don't think Buckingham Palace are going to get overexcited about this yet. They haven't commented because ultimately this is a private correspondence, and as far as they're aware, the deal still stands, and that there are very few instances where they have actually breached, or I would say 0 incidences where they've breached the Sandringham Agreement 5 years ago. But we could be at a stage now where the Sussexes are saying, well, the king has a lot going on. Prince William has a lot of things that he's concentrating on. Maybe people's memories are slipping, and we could push the boundaries. So I think that Buckingham Palace, although they're not reacting, I think they'll take a dim view of this, and they will ask questions themselves. Is Meghan using her HRH titles privately, or is this a push to use her HRH title more publicly to go for commercial gain? And they will be concerned, perhaps, that 5 years on, whether Meghan and Harry are trying to take a few liberties here and trying to get away with things that they maybe wouldn't have got away with when the late Queen Elizabeth II was around.